Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your boy Marcus Washington. You're on the Mark, where we talk everything Falcons football. Oh, Jesus Christ. I ain't gonna be on here long, fam. I broke my remote. There are so many things to unpack from this game, bro. There are so many things to unpack from this game, but the one thing that we have to come to understand right now is we're a mediocre team. We're not even a good team. We're a mediocre team. We did everything we could to lose this game. Everything. We didn't lose to a backup. We lost to the backup to a backup who just showed up there at home. At this point, I don't care about the playoffs. I don't. Because we have a nice serving size of what this team is. I had a partner hit me up after that fourth and say I had broke my remote at that point, because not only did the guy gain 7, he gained 22. My homeboy called me and he said, "Dude, I'm done for the season." I was smoking hot, but he said, "I'm done for the season, bro. I will not watch another Falcons game as long as Arthur Smith is there." Let me get to some of these comments. What's going on, Benny? How you doing, fam? How you doing? How's everybody doing in the chat? What's going on, Dom? He said this game was some bullshit. Arthur Smith has to get up out of here. Yeah, fam. Monica says, "I knew after we scored and gave the ball back to them, it was over. Defense was complete ass today." Dude, I don't know if the Vikings had baby oil on their jersey or what, but we could not tackle for shit today. Now, I always say if you win 24, if you score 24 points, you should win the game. We scored 28. Problem is they scored 31. With a backup to I'm trying to stay calm. With a backup to a backup who just got there. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm not gonna go to my boy. I'm not gonna go to I believe him. He probably ain't watching another game as long as Arthur Smith is there. But my expectations are in the basement now. They're in the basement now. We can't even beat mediocre teams. Think about all the fam. We should be 7 wins by now. 7. But Arthur Smith's theory. Hold on, let me turn. Man, I want to turn my music all the way down. Let me turn my music down a little bit. I just, fam, I'm at a point now to where I'm tired. I'm tired. I've been tired, but I'm tired at this point. I'm tired. Greg, what's going on? Says we got our ass whooped by Bobby LeShaver. I think the product that they keep putting out here weekly, it's starting to get too much for fans now. Can't put this on Ritter. Ritter sat on the bench. You look at Heineke's game. Let me go through these stats. Heineke had 1 pick, but he threw for almost 300 yards. Let me look at the numbers, fam. I don't even. Boy, this is sad. This is sad. Taylor Heineke threw for 268, 21 to 38, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. I just don't know what you. I don't know what you do at this point. Alberto says, Marcus, what's up, brother? The only touchdown that was legit was Tyler Algier. Not even the Smith touchdown was only luck he wasn't tackled. Here's the thing, man. And I'm gonna get raw. I'm gonna get raw here. However you feel about Ritter, whatever. However you feel about Arthur Smith, whatever. This is a culture. This is a culture. We done marched offensive coordinators in here, defensive coordinators in here, 3 head coaches since the Matt Ryan era. None of them lived up to their billing. Mike Smith was supposed to be a defensive specialist. How our defense looked through his years? Get him off the board. Put in Dan Quinn. He's supposed to be a defensive specialist. How'd that turn out? Then we get Arthur Smith, who's supposed to be an offensive specialist. How is this turning out? Bro, the whole culture has to change. It's the same shit, no matter who you insert or where you insert them at. Atlanta's losing to teams they shouldn't be losing to. Every game that we've played has been a dogfight. Week 9, every single game we've played has been a dogfight. Sooner or later. This shit gotta change. Burlansky says, hey, yo, I'm a Ravens fan, but I had y'all over the Vikings in my parlay. Y'all are trash. Oh, my God, LOL. Fam, I can't disagree with you. I can't disagree with you. When we see games like this on the schedule, fam, I'm at a point now to where it ain't, man. Listen, we losing. We've lost 3 of these games this year. Fam, this is fireable. I'm sorry. And I'm going to put on my Negro Damas cap. Arthur Smith is gone after this season. it wouldn't surprise me if they fire him after the bye. I don't believe they're going to do that, but I definitely believe this guy is gone at the end of the season, bro. This is ridiculous. How do you explain this? How do you explain this loss? You go upstairs, you talk to McKay, Blank, and Terry Fontenot. How do you explain how you just lost at home to a backup that just got there? That man don't even know the playbook. Then there's these issues keep rearing their ugly head. We get a turnover. Get the ball down to the 2-yard line. You would figure any sane coach that's an offensive coordinator. It's run. This man passed the ball to Jonnu Smith, ran a reverse with Jonnu Smith. Then on the 3rd down, when they know you're going to run it, Tyler Algier can't get no push because they know you're going to run the ball. Every single play, Bijan Robinson wasn't in there. I'm like, bro, what are we, fam, listen. Let's have a come to realism moment. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? We started the season off putting the kid in there that wasn't ready to play. Bench him, put in another guy, lose at home. Defense just, bam, we've been giving the defense a pass. The defense played horrible today. They could not tackle. That 4th and set, that should have been, bro, I'm telling you, I don't know how many pieces my remote is in right now. But that should have been a sack. This is why when people talk about pressures, and pressures are more important than sacks, look at what happened there. There was pressure, didn't get the sack. Man ran for 22 yards. Bro, I'm tired. I'm tired of this organization. I'm tired of these goddamn coaches they keep marching out here that are supposed to be the answer, but then you find out they're fraudulent. Fam, this is a culture. This is a culture. So when they fire Arthur Smith, they need to take their fucking time. I mean, their fucking time. Not guys that rode off the coattails of players from their previous organization. Dan Quinn, now Arthur Smith. Take your time. Get this right. Arthur Smith doesn't even know what his offensive identity is. Fam, he's been here 3 years. We're a run team. Well, we don't run. The guy is a bipolar play caller. I'm tired. How many games do we have to let? I mean, at this point, we can't even call out a game that should be food. This should have been food. Lost that one. I'm just, bro, I'm at a point where it's, man, listen. Take your time this offseason. Arthur Smith should be fired. For sure, at the end of the season. For sure. Because these games, damn, y'all remember this happened last year. But I'll take it a step further. It happened in Matt Ryan's last year too. We were 0 for 8. And go ahead win games. In Matt Ryan's last year. This is a trend now. So I'm at a point, man, to where we said this weeks ago, fam. What was this, week 4? Every loss we take, it's on Arthur Smith. I ain't putting it on nobody else. I ain't put it on Ritter since then. But this every game we lose is on Arthur Smith. Now the defense let us down too. But I mean, Jesus, it's every game, every single game, fam. Every game that we play is a dogfight. Every single solitary one of them. Don't matter if it's a starter. Doesn't matter if it's a backup. Doesn't matter if it's a backup to a backup. It's a dogfight. Why? Why? It's culture. And I firmly, man, I'm going to have to take a look at this front office too, because they keep marching the same coach out there in different skin. Same coach, different skin, same excuse in the post game. And I think this fan base tired. I don't care what your opinion is of this team. I believe we're all tired of this. We're all tired of this. Some people say, well, I like close games. This is what close games get you. They get you beat. This team is a mediocre at best team. Got all the weapons in the world, and you can say, hey, look, we didn't have Drake London. Without Drake London, they put up 28 points. So now you got controversy on your hands because it's what do you do? Do you go back to Desmond Ridder? What do you do? But at this point, fam, I'm fucking tired of the culture that we have here. It's a loser's culture. That's what it is. It's a loser's culture. How much talent have we seen come through here the last 15, 16 years, fam? What has it gotten us, really? A couple of good seasons? Under Matt Ryan's tenure, we went to the playoffs, 6 times? And outside of 2 of those playoff runs, we were first round exits. You think like one game hurts and you like, okay, it can't be any worse than this. And then the next game rolls around and it hurts even more. This is literally a mirror of what happened last year. We were sitting at top of the NFC South with a chance to take it. What happened? We start losing games that we have no business losing. And then we get mathematically bumped out of the playoffs. I think this is what's gonna happen this year, bro. Let's see. Ahmad says folks are still saying it's the QB. Nah, y'all, it's always been Arthur. Got to stop hiring these first-time head coaches, especially someone who hasn't proven anything in the league. Man, again, you look at Heineke's numbers outside of that pick, 21-38, 268 yards. You know, Bijan fumbled one. They probably gonna super glue the ball to his hands during the week. I just, man, at this point, it's this organization, fam. At this point, it's the organization. They need to take their time. They need to take their time. Dave says, who's the next head coach to be fired for the Falcons after hired for the Falcons after Smith? I don't know who, but they need to take their damn time. Art is out there. I said this a couple of weeks ago. This man's freestyling out there. That's why we don't have an identity. He's freestyling the play calling. This man don't know what he's doing. We're supposed to be a running team. I can't tell. Oh, you said you meant what you said. Who's the next head coach to be fired for the Falcons after Smith? Are you talking about different across the league, or I'd like to venture Arthur Smith probably going to be one of the first to get fired. There's no way you keep this guy past this season. G says, let me get to some of these comments, man. G says, Marcus, do you think we need new ownership as well, bro? Well, I mean, it's hard to fire the owner. It's damn near impossible. Man, at this point, it's a culture, man. This game is no different than games I saw under the Matt Ryan era. They're no different. We get these coaches who turn out to be fool's gold. They're not the goods. And I mean, this one crushes Falcons fans, bruh. This loss right here crushes Falcons fans. Because you can't even explain how we lost. It's like, bro, how? Well, we just, penalties killed us. Bro, there was one drive. They ended up scoring. We had 2 penalties on 3rd down. But I'm at a point now, bro. I'm a coach for the rest of the year. I'm literally going to coach. 10 games is off the table. 10 games is off the table. I'm coasting this year. Next game, I'm not going to get too mentally up. I'm gonna just be a watcher of the game. This I can tell in the last 4 years, this game hurt me because I rarely go to look for something to break in this house, but the closest thing to me was the fucking remote. And the remote got that work. That's how hard this one hit me, bruh. Scott says, absolute trash from Arthur Smith. It's blatantly obvious he doesn't know what he's doing. Why do we keep hiring these first-time unproven coaches? Yep. G says, I'm so disgusted and tired. This organization is not good for our health. We used to make a joke in the group I was in on Facebook, where I said in a couple of years you're going to start seeing people drop dead of what I call falconitis. This is what falconitis is. And I'm sorry, but as players, you have to get tired of this. As players. The funny thing, Oakland, before Josh McDaniels got fired, they had a players-only meeting. Next thing we know, Josh McDaniels is fired after the trade deadline. I think it's time for this team to have a players-only meeting and say, hey, the guy that's sitting on the sidelines that's not doing a good job as a coach, maybe we need to get him out of here. Carlos says, I feel like Atlanta's just an entertainment town for everyone else's luxury. Pretend to want to win, but really just the money grab from tourists. Good comment, fam. CP says Falcons will get your heart from normal to AFib. to AFib. It's just, man. And I'm pretty sure other content creators, I'm pretty positive they're going to echo the same thing I echo. We're tired. We're tired. I'm tired of hearing the post game. I'm just tired. Every game has been close. Every game has been close. That is a clear indication that you are a mediocre team with a losing record now. That's been chasing you for a while, but now it's here. So where do we move from here? Fam, at this point, y'all give me suggestions. Y'all guess is as good as mine. Because right now, I'm drawing blanks. I don't know what you do. If you fire your coach, it's not like you can install a new offense in here immediately. And here's the situation I was talking about with Desmond Ridder. If the coach is gone, he's probably gone too. So, I mean, you kind of held hostage by this guy for a bit. And Atlanta isn't built to do the right thing. Bam, I kid you not. Any other organization, they probably thinking about firing this guy right now. They probably thinking about it. And we got a bye coming up. Well, you know, don't no teams do this. You know, Atlanta don't even do this. Atlanta, well, yeah, they did it with your boy, Dan Quinn. We were 0-5, though. It took an 0-5 start to get him up out of here. What is it going to take? I mean, it's clear this is not the guy. We had two issues this year that were killing our team. It was at the quarterback position with the young kid, and it was this guy. And I stopped putting it on the kid because he shouldn't have been out there. But fam, I don't know, man. So moving on, we got Arizona. It is what it is. Fuck it. I just I don't even have keys to win. I have none. We won't even do a huddle this week. We're just gonna do Friday night fuckery and call it a week. Because at this point, I have no clue. 3 plays at the 2-yard line. Bijan ain't in there. And you give the ball to Jonnu. No, goddamn. I just Woo-sa. I think these players need to start bucking the play call. But I'm just at a point to where I'm just tired. This is why it's hard to be a Falcons fan. You look across the league, every other team has a win where they were comfortable. At least one. Houston got one where they won comfortably. We're 9 games in, fam. Let's go revisit these fucking scores. This is oh Jesus, this is tragic, man. Let's go revisit these scores, fam. Panthers 10-24. Well, we got those 14 points in the fourth quarter. So 3 quarters, it was neck and neck. Packers 24-25. Lions 20-6. We lost that. Jaguars 23-7. We lost that. So when teams beat us, they tend to beat us comfortably. Texans Falcons 19-21. Commanders Falcons 24-16. Buccaneers Falcons 16-13. Titans Falcons 28-23. And Vikings Falcons 28-31. Somebody got to get under the blade for this, fam. Somebody got to get in the ring with this. This is why I don't like close games. Because there's a chance you're going to lose. But this is Arthur Smith's philosophy. Every other team in the NFL, brother, the damn Patriots have won a comfortable game. When is it our turn? When is it our turn? This is a culture here, fam. Mr. 12 says the Bears too. Yeah. I'm open to any solutions to this. And I know some people say, well, man, if we would have started Desmond Ridder, y'all can cut it out right now. Desmond Ridder hasn't put up 28 points this year. And with him putting the ball on the lettuce, it might have been worse. I'm open to any suggestions right now on how the fuck this team on the offensive side of the ball, now the defense is wet in the bed. Defense can't they could not tackle this game, bro. This is why, let me address this. On another podcast, I was clowned for saying sacks take teams out of field goal range, change the game plan. Oh, no, it was about pressures. How many times did Atlanta pressure this kid? Didn't work because they didn't sack him. George Covington, what's going on, fam? I ain't heard from you in a while. He says, Rich McKay is the common denominator for all these seasons. And you know what? You are goddamn right. I mean, fam, it's exhausting. I'll be all right by the time I get to Walmart to buy me another remote. I'll be all right. I'll be all right. But my God, this one cut like a knife. But this is what it is. It's a culture. And I honestly don't believe that the team has bought into Arthur Smith's culture. Fam, think about this. This man's been here for 3 years. Brought in Kyle Pitts, who is touted as a unicorn. Even other tight ends in the league were co-signing him. Guys like Travis Kelce. Barely used the kid. Goes to get Drake London. Some games you barely hear from him. You go get Bijan. Bijan is MIA. You bring him in on third downs to block. Oh, God. The guy don't know what he's doing, fam. He has this air of confidence and this condescending tone, but honestly, he does not know what the fuck he's doing. Some people are good at their jobs, but when you promote them, they turn out to be terrible. Josh McDaniels is one of them. Long as he's in New England, the guy's a beast as an offensive coordinator. But that's just what he is, an offensive coordinator. Dan Quinn, same way. And we're finding this out about Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith is an offensive coordinator. That's it. Now, two things can happen. They can either force Arthur Smith to give up his offensive play calling. They can force him to do that. He's not going to do that by choice. Because I think Dave Ragone has been under the blade with Arthur Smith, but Ragone ain't calling these goddamn plays. He's the guy that makes the coffee and gets the offense ready for these bullshit plays. Well, let me take that back. Not all of them are bullshit. The timing of some of these plays are bullshit. Let me say that. But Arthur Smith isn't going to give that up voluntarily. Or you can just fire him. There's no doubt in my mind, fam. They are firing him at the end of the season. There's no doubt in my mind because 9 games in, $100 million spent on the defense. You went out and got a toy in Bijan Robinson. You went and you picked up Jonnu Smith. You get Van Jefferson in on a trade. And your offense looks abysmal in the first half. But to me, you can get rid of Arthur Smith. You have to change the culture. Because this has been going on since the Matt Ryan era. This is why people have trauma with these games, because we've been through these before. This just didn't start happening 3 years ago, fam. You got to change the culture. And that comes from quit hiring the same guy over and over and over again. Get a coach with some cachet that's been there before. Caleb says, okay, Dave says, aside from the joke of a head coach, this is what not having a franchise quarterback looks like. I have seen it before. Dave said that. Caleb says offense improves, then the defense gives up the draws. I can't take it no more. It's almost like it's on cue. It's almost like it's on cue. When we scored that touchdown, I'm like, man, I don't know, man. It's almost on cue. And another thing that my homeboy said before he hung up the phone in anger is we ain't been the same since we built that stadium on church grounds. Now, I don't really believe in superstition like that, but yeah. You can't really say that, man, oh man, you just tripping. Yeah. Look at the last couple of years. Alex says the defense was a fraud, and I like Arthur Smith, but I'm officially on the fire Arthur Smith train. What an absolute disease. Oh, yeah, man. Again, I'm going to have to take 2 aspirin after this game because this officially gave me a headache. It gave me a headache, bro. So when we go on Twitter/X, let me read some of this. Will Levis, Joshua Dobbs, fire Arthur Smith. Another tweet says Arthur Smith should be fired after this. Another one says I can think of a lot of NFL teams that will probably never get another shot at the Super Bowl. But for now, just name one. Atlanta. If they don't fire Arthur Smith ASAP, the mediocrity will continue. Another one says, not a big fire and brimstone guy, but everyone on the Falcons coaching staff should be fired. Arthur Smith should be ashamed of what just happened. Another guy says Arthur Smith should absolutely be fired. LOL. How do you lose at home to a quarterback that doesn't even know the playbook? Another one says, we lost to Sam Howell, Will Levis, first career start, and Josh Dobbs. Just got there 3 days, don't even know the playbook. Fire Arthur Smith immediately. I'm sick of it. I'm going to read a couple more. I think the Falcons should probably fire Arthur Smith. He's seriously squandering a lot of talent on that roster. Another guy says Arthur Smith's seat should be a fire pit under it after losing a game like that. There's absolutely no excuses. And then this last one says, why should the Atlanta Falcons fire Arthur Smith? Lots of variables. And I mean, it keeps going. It keeps going on and on and on. And it's not just our fan base. It's people tweeting from other teams. One guy says, and this is when you know you're getting bad. You know this is when you're getting bad. I would like to renounce my Falcons fandom until the Atlanta Falcons fire Arthur Smith's bozo ass. Until further notice, I will be a generic football fan. You have fans renouncing the throne now. You got fans literally checking out now, dog. This is a tweet. My homeboy called me and said the same thing. You got guys checking out. I'ma stay because I ain't got nowhere else to go. I'ma watch football, and if I'm watching football, I'ma be about my team. But I mean, man, this is it's getting bad, and it's becoming reminiscent of what happened last year. Arthur Smith does not know what he's doing. He mishandled our rookie quarterback. Then got up off of him a little too late. But he's just out there wheeling and dealing, fam. We have no identity on offense. That's just the truth. And even though we put up 28 points, even that, look at what we started doing in the fourth quarter. We started running the ball. I'm like, where the fuck was this for the first? Like, bro, what are you doing? The man is out there wheeling and dealing. He's playing Russian roulette with the play calling. Markid, I'm just gonna call you Mark, fam. ATL is a party city. It will be hard to win there. Them dudes ready. Them dudes ready to go clubbing after this loss. Hey man, I don't blame them for this one. You got to go get your drink on or something to forget about this. Alex says, this team was so incredibly boring to watch. But you're right. We ain't going nowhere. I'm a Falcons fan for life. Amen to that. Amen to that. Oh, Dave, it's just coming to him now. Josh Dobbs, really? When you realize that this man did not know this playbook and he still beat this team. But yeah, we need a complete culture change, fam. It's due. Now I got to look at Arthur Smith and say, what's the difference between you and Dan Quinn? There's no difference. When Dan Quinn took over the defense, we never got above 25. Went to the Super Bowl, we were 27th. Now let me scratch that, because the next year we were top 10, 2017. That's the year we hurried up and rushed to get Steve Sarkisian for no reason whatsoever. We did not need to rush that. And that's one of my bigger problems with the front office. I mean, they've rushed hires that Steve Sarkisian shouldn't even been hired. But the way that they rushed him out there, I'm like, bro, why do y'all take your time? We hired the head coach before we hired the damn GM. So yeah, man. Now you got a bigger issue. So going into the next game, do you keep Heineke? Do you go back to Ritter? Either way it goes, the guy gonna get fired. I think if he goes back to Ritter, the firing is gonna almost be guaranteed, like 100% guaranteed, etched in stone. You stick with Taylor and you're still losing games, he's gonna get fired either way. This game right here got him fired. He might not be gone by the bye week, so I don't want people to be sitting there thinking that that's gonna happen. Again, I'll use his case. It's a lot of variables. If we win and New Orleans loses and Tampa Bay loses, well, guess what? A seesaw just happened. But I got a feeling if you lose to Arizona and New Orleans wins and Tampa wins and you go from first to third in a matter of 2 weeks and you're heading into the bye with no hope in sight, I still don't think Atlanta's going to change course. I just don't. But I do think they will get him up out of here when Black Monday hits. Because these losses are inexcusable. They're inexcusable. So again, in all this, I actually hate it for Desmond Ritter, bro. Ritter might be gone whether he likes it or not. And none of this was his fault. None of this was his fault today. But he might be gone just for the mere fact that if Arthur Smith gets fired and they bring a new coach in, they gonna want their guy. They're not gonna put their neck on the line for Desmond Ritter. But Arthur Smith mishandled that boy, just like he's mishandling everything. So anyway, man, I'm gonna get up out of here. I gotta go buy another remote. We'll be back on here tomorrow, man. It'll probably hurt a lot more tomorrow than it did today. I'm not even gonna front because we gotta relive this shit again. I promise you, tomorrow's stream will be very short. And then we'll do, Friday night fuckery. And we'll just hope that this team plays well. I mean, there's nothing I fucking have anymore, fam. You give the keys to success, man, they throw those keys right out the motherfucking window. You don't know what you're going to get from this team. You don't know. You don't know. This team is inconsistent. It's bipolar. And we don't know how to play clean. That's a coaching thing. So anyway, man, this has been your boy, Mark. Y'all been on the mark. I appreciate y'all for coming on here, man. I appreciate y'all in the chat. For those who listen to this a little bit later, man, I appreciate y'all. If y'all are at work listening to this, man, salute. Try not to get fired. Do your damn job. And we out, man. I'll holler at you guys tomorrow. Peace.